Yo, what's going on, Planet S.O.N family? It's your main man, JD. Thank you for tuning in. This is Drinks with JD.
I know Weirdo, and I got a lot of love for Weirdo. He's a good dude. You know what I mean? I've talked to him outside of music, and I got a lot of love and respect for him. And he sent it to me. He was showing me, but it feels good, like
it's amazing. Those
songs are like, even now, like when I went to go do my show, like they like the new album, but they don't want to hear that. They want to hear the
old
they
stuff.
want to hear
well.
all the old stuff. Like if I go see Zap,
I
don't want to hear their new stuff.
That's right.
I want to hear more Bounce to the House.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Some Computer Love.
Yeah, Computer Love, Heartbreaker, all
that's
of that.
Right.
So. I one of the things that I do appreciate and that I'm grateful for is that a lot of those songs and a lot of those albums, they just went through the generational, element. And there's people that are like, weren't even born when those songs came out.
That's right.
And they're still banging them out in the backyard,
That's right.
So I'm grateful for that. It
That's
feels good. Shout out to Little Weirdo. Keep your head up, dog.
No doubt. Do you ever take time to reflect on your accomplishments in hip hop?
No.
Okay. No doubt.
I don't look at them as accomplishments.
Okay.
I reflect and look at what I need to improve as a human being.
No doubt.
Because that's where everything stems from.
Yeah. That's right.
Like the music is secondary.
Yes.
Who you are is primary.
That makes sense because the art that you're making, it comes from you.
Yeah.
So
like
understand.
The music is like over here and who you are is here.
No doubt.
That's why I don't like a lot of my early albums.
Okay, fair enough. Completely understand. Because like we were talking about, we totally see the growth. So I completely understand. So let's take it back to the record, I guess. Now track number 9, right? Another Time. It's actually my favorite song on the album, and I actually consider it like a summer anthem, right? And I can't wait to be on the beach and listen to it. I'm still listening to it now, but hey, it's springtime. But I know I'm gonna enjoy it on the beach. When you were recording it, did you want to give it that feel, that summertime vibe?
It just happened.
Okay. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, yeah, that's exactly what you've been saying, right?
It really did happen. Like it was like, okay, what do we do? All right.
Yeah.
And then it was like, because that's what I do.
Yes.
Like I'll go in the studio and I'll be like, he's like, what do you hear? And I'll be like, how about tum 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 tum? So he goes tum 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 tum. Okay, put a drum beat. Tum 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 tum. And I'm like, okay, let's get the choir.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Boom. Let's put a worm. Woo woo. Okay, let's do a dark piano. Boom boom boom. Then it's done.
No doubt.
And then it's sequenced. 12 bars.
Yeah.
Bridge, and then I write.
Yeah, no doubt. And boom, summer anthem. Right?
And that's how it goes. Yeah.
Okay.
But that time I just had I just tell Adi like, hey, why don't you come by? See, we come up with something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it was in my head I had dun 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 dun. So then the words just come out like, take me back to another time.
For sure.
I said the world's cold, but it ain't that cold. I like to change the tone. You know what I mean?
No doubt. Yeah, no, and I love that song. Like I said, it's
it's a great song. I bang it out too.
No doubt. So you know what? I guess I also want to talk about track 10, right? It's okay. You start this song like for me, it's a deep song, right? It's deep rooted. Like you start with saying, "I'm walking how I talk it, no longer in the darkness. I'm solid and I'm pure," right? And then during the track, you drop gems and you show your growth, maturity, and you show your vulnerable side. Mm-hmm. You even end it with repeating, "I'm shining at my best now." Yeah, I'm shining at my best now. And I was wondering, how important is mental health to you? And also, how important is your peace? Because like I said, you show your growth, your maturity, your vulnerability, and hey, you're shining at your best now. So how important is your mental health and your peace to you?
Well, at this point in my life, it's primary. I think that's a great question. I think I would encourage you to ask that question to more artists that come by.
Yes.
Because that's probably at the end of their list. At this point in my life, mental health is everything to me. I start my day the same way every day. I wake up in the morning, I take a shower, I read for an hour, I train for 2 hours, then I eat, then I start my day.
Yes.
So by the time that I start my day, I already fed my mind, my body, and my spirit. You know, and the reason why I read and the reason why I nurture my mind and my spirit is because of the dangers. And now you don't have to be in the rap game, just in the dangers of humanity and society. You know, I was a toxic person. I was a destructive person. And it's not until the catastrophe becomes the dominant factor in your life and you just become a catastrophic person.
Yes.
So your peace is far away from you.
Yes,
Your peace almost feels like it's in another galaxy.
That's right.
It's kind of like an obese person imagining himself as a fit person. Like the journey for me to get to being fit is going to be long, hard, and almost impossible.
That's right.
But it's possible.
No doubt.
So you just have to go through the slime.
That's right.
Because the reward in the end is beyond any type of monetary gain you can have.
Amen. That's right.
Your personal freedom and your liberation and your peace and your tranquility. A lot of people have no idea what that feels like.
That's right.
If you listen to most people, they say things along the lines like, you know, at the end of my life, I just want peace. Well, if you get peace at the end of your life, then you're going to rest in that peace and not live in that peace. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
I lived a lot of years with a sunburn on my soul. Now I live with a suntan on my spirit.
That's what I'm talking about.
You know, how you use the sun is up to you.
That's right.
So mental health is a serious business.
That's right.
With your children, with your peers, with your relationships, with yourself. You know, and you know, even in the midst of my growth, even in the midst of my journey, you get challenged. You can cheat on a lot of things, but you can never cheat on your growth.
That's right.
It's impossible.
That's right.
The only thing you can do is lie to yourself. But it is impossible for you to cheat your growth.
Of course, of course. There's a saying that people love to use. They say, real recognizes real, right? But I like to twist it around and say, healed recognize healed.
Oh, that's dope.
You know? And during my journey...
That's dope.
Like during my journey of healing, I know that the JD of 5 years ago will be so proud of the JD who I am today, of course.
Yeah.
And now I could recognize that 10 years ago, I didn't properly love myself.
Right.
So for yourself, right? Judging from your records, right? You can see your emotional growth. And also looking at your old album covers, you can see that you're aging like wine. So
Diggy says I'm Benjamin Button.
Exactly. That's exactly it. But like I said, it comes from the healed. I recognize your healing journey. Right. So my question is, how proud are you of yourself for finding that clarity?
I'm very proud of it. I'm very proud of myself. And you know, another great question, by the way, because there was a lot of times in my life where I attained a lot of things, but it was easy. It wasn't through hard work. Your healing comes from your deepest vulnerability.
That's right.
From your deepest darkness, from your deepest wounds, from your deepest pain. So we have to turn our pain into actual purpose. It's like being stranded in the middle of the Mediterranean Sea and being conscious of it and making your way to land. And you got to go through the orcas, through the sharks, through the eels, through the jellyfish, through the murky waters, through the... But you
have to acknowledge it.
But you have to acknowledge it. And, you know, it's funny the way that life works. Because in the midst of your healing, there are times you think you're healed. I'm sure you went through that.
Of course, yeah, of course.
You know,
Yeah.
and then you have these setbacks.
Yes.
To me, a regression it was so bad for me because, you know, when I would find myself behaving or speaking like I did before, I would abandon the reality of why am I doing this and focus on that. For example, a lot of people ask, why this? Why instead of how could I move from this?
That's right. That's right.
And I'm talking about people that you engage with, because there's still particles of us that are unhealed when we're growing.
That's right.
So when we start, you know, engaging with those broken particles of us while we're healing, it's like a relapse. If I haven't drank in years, you know, like you said, like I live my life differently. Like I got myself in shape.
That's right.
I eat right. And I feel the rewards of that, you know, so the healing part is probably the most important, beautiful thing that we can give ourselves as human beings.
Amen. That's true.
Because if you are healed, then you're liberated. And if you're liberated, you're unbinded. And if you are unbinded, then you're infinite. You know, the reason why my podcast is called The Telescope Room is because envy and greed and judgment and you know, toxicity, they all look at you through the microscope.
That's right.
And love and purity and bliss and joy is through the telescope.
That's right. That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I applaud you, and you should be very proud of yourself for engaging in your journey and doing everything for you to excavate and emotionally and mentally purge.
Yes.
Because it is just important for humanity. Everybody's always talking about living in a peaceful world, and they're not willing to do the work to become more peaceful people. We can't have a more peaceful world without more peaceful people.
That's right.
In order to do that, you have to engage with peace.
That's right. And this isn't, I guess, on my list of questions, but you reminded me of an Instagram post that you posted the other day. How because I know for myself, my journey of healing also started when, well, first obviously acknowledging it, but when I became a father, and I wanted to be the best version of myself, so my baby could benefit from birth, you know, and all through her entire life until I'm gone. Right. You know, and you posted something on your Instagram where you said that your kids will benefit if you're the best version of yourself. Yeah. So that was pretty dope to see, and hey, like I said, you know,
you were able to relate to that.
Exactly.
Because that was something that made you activate your journey.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, and you know, I have the greatest relationship I've ever had in my entire life.
That's right.
With my children now.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, and healed, recognized, healed.
Yes, and, dope. I gotta get a shirt.
No doubt. Yeah. There you go. There you go. All right, legend. So at your first concert to promote your album, you took your time, or you took the time to pause the show and pay homage and show love to the late great Mr. Knightowl. Yeah. Can you speak some kind words and just by saying, you know, what he personally meant to you, and also what he meant to hip hop?
Yeah, I mean, you know, we go back a long time. You know, he was somebody that put me on. You know, he took me to the studio for the first time. You know, he showed me a lot of the ropes. He showed me about syllables and how to be able to rap to like oldies, like, well, it's Loped Out, Lil One, and I'm coming all up in here, blast, and which is reminiscent and synonymous to bring them all around. Say, you want to battle me? Do you want to get down?
That's right.
Like, he taught me that sequence, you know. And, you know, brotherhood too. You know, we had our ups and we had our downs, but, you know, we always remained brothers, you know. And it was unfortunate that he got sick, and, you know, we were able to spend some time before he passed. And matter of fact, the last time that we all were together, it was me, Diggy, Shadow, and Knightowl. Wow. And we spent some time together. Oh man, that breaks my soul, you know. For sure. You know, we ate some food and we hung out. And, you know, unfortunately what happened, you know. But I think he was one of those too, you know. He had his own sound, you know. He was a brave soul. You know, he was a brave soul in the studio. He would get in there and he would do what he wanted to do, you know. Yes, yes. And, you know, salute to him. You know, I'll love him forever. and I'll never stop, you know, respecting him and giving him his due.
No doubt. Rest in peace to the
Yeah,
late
rest
great.
in peace, bro. Love you.
So right now you're mentioning the telescope.
Yeah.
Right. I love the podcast. I love everybody you have on. I was wondering, what are your goals with your podcast?
Day, go work.